Hello everyone and welcome to UKIO in Liverpool. My name is Namanjot Ramson and I'm joined by fellow host Joe McNamara.
Hi everyone.
They've got another wonderful guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Dr. Amy Robertson. I work for the College of Radiographers. I'm the Professional Officer for Education and Accreditation. That's a long title.
You've nailed that, saying that title now, though.
Yeah, I've said it about 100 times, but there you go today. But yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Pleasure. So, that title sounds really fancy. What do you do?
Okay, it's pretty broad, and how I try and describe it is that we've got, first of all, from our output, our deliverables, we've got three sort of main outcomes that we do at the College of Radiographers. So we've got endorsement, the first one, which is sort of CPD providers wanting to sort of benchmark their quality against our requirements so that they can endorse it as a CPD pack for individuals. So it's like a quality mark. So that's the first body of work that we do. The second one, perhaps the biggest amount of work that I do, is programme approvals and short course approvals. So that's working with all of the higher education institutions across the UK. We currently have around 31 universities, but that number's growing, which is quite exciting. But again, it creates a bit of chop and change in the industry, so it's quite exciting times. So educational providers come to us and sort of say, this is what we want to do, this is the programme we've got, how do we align it to your quality indicators, basically. So we support them through that process. Again, it's a really good quality mark for learners. So if you're a prospective student and you're looking for a radiography programme, try and have a look. Is it college approved? You'll know then it's had some rigour and there's people looked at it in addition to the HCPC, but it's got the professional standard.
Yeah.
And then the other sort of thing that we do is accreditation. So this is an individual award. So this is anyone who is working as a radiographer, whatever they're doing, they can benchmark their own practice against our outcomes and get individual accreditation.
So what could you get accredited for?
Oh, currently, what we got live. So we did have everything live before sort of COVID, and then there's been so much change. We've had that many policies and documents come out that we put a pause on it, we're rebuilding it, and this is where we're at the minute. So we've got the assistant practitioner and Mammo associate. So the Mammo associate is new to the family. So
I was going to say, I've never heard of that.
It is, yeah. So it's a new accreditation for anybody working as a mammography associate. It's got its own set of learning outcomes. A lot of programmes can fast track. So if you undertake an educational providers programme that's approved by us, we can then fast track you as an individual to accredit. So we've got some of those on board and they've gone through the fast track route. We've also got practice educators, these unsung heroes that exist. So we've got our practice education accreditation scheme. It's called PEAS. That's how people only know it, PEAS, which is great. But it's AHP benchmarks that we meet. It's not us going a bit rogue as radiography. We've got that standard right across all of the AHPs. So they meet the learning outcomes. Write a little reflection or fast track, depending on what learning you've done, and then you get individual accreditation.
I've got a personal question to ask.
Oh, right, okay.
If you were PEAS accredited previously,
yes,
are you still PEAS accredited?
Possibly is the answer, not the politician's answer. So what we can do is there's a critical narrative, okay? Yeah. So we do have what we call a re-accreditation process, which actually not many people do. It's a snapshot. A lot of organisations just do a quick snapshot, there's your certificate, away you go. But I think what's nice with the college is we do have that ongoing re-accreditation process at all of those levels. They last for 5 years, so it's good. Go and have a look at when it was, and get in touch with us, because there may be possibility of looking at that. But if not, and you've gone out with of that time, it's not to panic. We've made it much easier. Shorten the pieces of evidence, shorten the critical narrative.
Meaty, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah. So less pieces of evidence. It lasts for 5 years, which is longer as well. So hopefully we've streamlined it. We've recognised it's tricky and it's a difficult space to work in at the minute. So if you get individual accreditation, it's that mark for your learners that, you know, they can have reassurance that you know what you need to know to give them a good quality experience.
As an individual, so if I'm newly qualified at the moment, why would I want to work towards accreditation?
You don't want to work towards...
Why would you want to?
Why would you want to? Well, I guess there's multiple factors. So the first one is that individual, okay, and it's celebrating success. So all you're doing is benchmarking what you're doing against indicators that you're already doing it. It shouldn't be difficult. You're already keeping your CPD up to date, perhaps not on CPD now. That being said,
what's CPD now?
All you need to do is copy paste it. We've got a verification system in now as well to add a little level of governance. So all of your CPD has to be verified by someone, service manager or whoever's run the programme and things like that. So again, we're putting those levels of governance in that really makes it a quality thing to hopefully get. I think it is becoming more recognised. So then this is the wider than you. So rather than your own, yes, look at me, I've got my certificate, your service manager might want to sort of quality indicate what they've got on in the workforce. So if you can say, well, actually I've accredited all of my skills against all of these outcomes, they'll be like, fantastic. Why isn't everyone doing this? Oh no, why did you speak? So I think, you know, your service manager, but also patients. Don't forget about them, you know. We have the voluntary register for assistant practitioners, so anybody, a patient or anyone can go and have a look at who's accredited as an assistant practitioner, and we have that register available as well. So it's those levels of governance. I guess it's not the most exciting things to talk about, but actually, you know, the rigor's there. So we would really encourage people to do it. It is becoming more known. I think it sort of went off everybody's radar during COVID because it was all hands on deck, you know, and now people are thinking, oh, I've got all this stuff, how can I badge it together?
What are some of the opportunities that you found in your role?
Opportunities?
Yeah.
Like?
I'm just thinking, you know, lots of people maybe know about the Society of College of Radiographers, but maybe what they don't really know about is what it's like to work there. And why would someone want to work there? Yeah,
so I think I've got individual personal reasons, so I can go into those a little bit. So just before COVID hit, I went to work in a governance role in a university, so it was academic quality and regulations. Then COVID hit and I sort of realised I've got this whole load of skills here that I'm not really using. It sort of surfaced all of that for me as an individual, and I thought actually I want to get back into healthcare. Whilst it's great working in academic regulations and governance, I don't think it was making the best use of my skills. So the job came up and I thought, wow, that kind of fits with my skill set. What's it about? I sort of knew it was about working with universities. I guess I didn't realise the scope of the stuff that we do. We take things from individual members, so you still get that that value added of talking to members and experiencing what they're doing, right up to working with different professional bodies. I work with RCOT, the CSP, all of those kinds of stuff more strategically. So it's a great role really, because you're kind of doing a little bit of everything. I think what other opportunities, the most thing that I get asked about is what's the difference between the Society and the College of Radiographers.
Yeah.
You know,
so we asked that last year of Richard.
Yeah. And he also gave that same.
Yeah, I think it's really easy to answer for me. I work just for the College of Radiographers. That's my role. So it is all education, research, patient. I don't deal with any of the industrial relations kind of stuff. Of course I do speak to my colleagues about that, but my role is primarily in the education sphere, so it's easy for me to answer that one.
What are you most looking forward to at UKIO?
The sweets on your stand.
It's the people. I think because I've got a remote job, so I'm home working. Yes, I work in London officially, but I live in Aberdeen and I work there. So for me, it's connecting with the people again, because you can sit and you can work and you can do all this cool stuff, but actually glean so much from just having conversations with people. So for me, I've already met loads of people as well. And I like the name badges this year because they didn't have these last year, and I think everyone's going, I know your face, but I don't really know who you are. So this is a big improvement, yeah.
And I look really young on my profile picture, really skinny, and then you see me in real life and you're like, no, Jo, you look very different. Well, thank you so much
You
for
are
coming
welcome,
on.
thank you.
It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I'm sure we will get you on again for an extended episode.
Oh yeah, something quite spicy. I've got lots of good topics.
I can imagine. And I hope for anyone who's not able to see Amy in real life, she's wearing the most amazing shirt. Yes. So you need to check out the social media image.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks.